Say it's like an ant bite, right? Yeah, that felt like an ant bite. And thus begins day 3 wearing the patch. Can you see it? Kind of right? Yeah, you can see it. There we go. Now years ago, decades ago, actually, oh my gosh, there it is, 1991. I'm sitting in a college class and we're doing this impromptu scene. And it's about, you know, creativity and really engaging the audience, right? So one of my actor friends, my classmates, sits down on the couch. You know, she's pretty chill, and she's even sitting crisscross applesauce, you know? All things good, and then she takes out this little case, about like this big, and she opens it, and she takes out this little vial of liquid. We'll say it's this. And then she takes out a syringe. And then she puts the syringe into the vial, puts the liquid into the syringe, rolls up her sleeve, takes the needle, and this is at BYU, Brigham Young University, takes the needle, puts it right into her vein, and injects herself. And we were all, wow. Now the audience, the class is about 10 feet away, and the teacher is probably 20 or 25 feet away. And he's just like, wow, that was really good acting. Yes and no. It turns out my classmate was a diabetic, and she actually injected herself right then and there with insulin. And she's done it probably hundreds of times at that point because she's in college, and she began dealing with diabetes when she was a teen. Talked to her, and yeah, and that was one of my first intros into the world of glucose. Fast forward 33 years later, now it's 2024, and athletes may or may not be injecting themselves with insulin, but certain crazy athletes like me that want to know about their metabolism are using diabetic products like this Libre 3 sensor to understand. So here are 15 things that I've learned over just the first 3 days. So the big title on the M1 is Discover Your Metabolic Fitness. Awesome. I ordered it through the marketing team. I arrived and unboxed on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, day 3. Here we are. Number 1, I now have my food score. Number 2, my fueling score, which is cool, and I'll show you this. 3, I have access to performance coaches still through the Ultrahuman app. And even more so, I'm wearing 2 Ultrahuman rings. This is the Bionic Gold Ultrahuman ring right there. Pretty cool. And this is my matte black, my secondary account. So I have 2 accounts. Yeah. Number 4, I'm tracking my sleep, stress, and fasting now. So years ago, well, I'll get to that. Number 5, metabolic nudges. And I got several of them yesterday. Number 6, I have connection, and I am now part of a cyborg army. This is my Remarkable 2 tablet, by the way. I have a 3 years later video that's coming out soon. Number 7, metabolic vectors. Very cool. Number 8, real-time insights. And part of that is you can enhance your fat burn ability, reduce oxidative stress, which is, who doesn't want to reduce your stress, right? And C, improve energy levels. If you want to reduce your stress and improve energy levels, give yourself a pat on the back because that's awesome. Number 9, integration with the Libre 3 glucose sensor right here. I sent an email over to Ultrahuman, and I haven't got a response back, hopefully soon, about which other sensors they have. So if I can, I'll list that later in the video, or I'll just put it in the description, or I'll include it in the next video. Number 10, share your glucose insights with coach, doctor, friend, and or family member. Number 11, you can swim and shower with it and bathe. I took a nice, oh, it was so nice. Took about a 15-minute bath yesterday, and it's still working. No issues with it whatsoever. They recommend that you don't exceed a depth of 2 meters, which is about 6 feet, and you should only swim with it for about 30 minutes. Number 12, easy DIY application, which you already saw in the video. And now that I've done it once and I know what's going on with the application and the little tiny, it's just the little tiny tube, I'm not as anxious about it. This will last about 14 days, so I'm on day 3, so I have 11 more days, and the app tells you about it. I'll show that in just a minute. And number 13, we have hypoallergenic patches. So these patches that are on your skin are sensitive to those that may have any skin allergies, and luckily I don't, but hypoallergenic is a really good thing in the year 2024. 14, this is my own stuff. So those first 13, that's the marketing information that I want to just summarize for you. Summarize right now. I find it comfortable to wear all day. That first night was a little weird. I sleep on my back, so it's just, you know, I'm resting like that. And while I'm sleeping, I haven't had any issues working out, push-ups. Yesterday, a coworker came up and, "Hey Pete, how you doing?" and slapped me right there on the arm, but it was on my right arm, and he got a pretty good portion of the sensor. That felt uncomfortable. So I'm thinking if you're a football player or a rugby player or ice hockey player, maybe there's another, you can put some padding around it when you're doing workouts. Number 15, it is allowing me to better understand and gives me insight, small insight into the world of diabetes. Kind of two-part that I started this. One, I was just curious. Two, I wanted to know what some of my family members are going through. I have a cousin, my father-in-law, several other relatives. I'm not going to name drop. I have several friends at work. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not a diabetic. I haven't been told by a doctor, hey, you need, well, actually I have. I need to cut down on bacon and certain other foods. I had to stop drinking whole milk, and I'm supposed to be drinking Slim. I compromised. I drink 2%. Years ago, I started wearing these watches. These are the 3 watches that I wore to bed last night. I wore the Garmin Epix 2. I wore the Garmin Forerunner 955 Solar and my Coros Pace 3. I wore 2 Ultrahuman rings, 2 Oura rings, and 1 circular ring Slim. Yeah, it's a good time. Let's take these off because these often distract. Because really, the only thing I should be wearing are 2 things today. My Ultrahuman ring, this bionic gold one, is connected to my primary app and the metabolism. Now I did something that I shouldn't have last night. At 1 a.m., my phone went off, and then I just turned off the phone because it was telling me that my sugar levels were either too high or too low. I don't remember what it is, but when I talked to my cousin and I've done some more research, my sway of 10 points or 15 points is nothing to worry about. So I haven't turned this on. It's been off the whole time. Let's turn back on my iPhone 15 and see what I missed, and then I'll show you the app. Yeah, good times. And the kit does come with 2, not just 1 sensor. So for that around $200 price tag, you are getting 2 sensors, and I've committed to wearing the sensor for 28 days, and I have 1 more in the box. I don't know why I put the empty one in there. All right, rotate. Thus far, lots of notifications from Ultrahuman. Oh, I have to put in my password. Look away. And we'll open up the Ultrahuman app. It'll synchronize to this gold ring on my left index. And they do recommend that you wear it on your index finger. 1, it's more comfortable. 2, you get a really good health metric feedback from your index finger. And this is actually one of my favorite features, one of the many favorite features. They have these circadian windows exposing yourself to bright light. So I have 49 minutes to walk 1,700 steps. I've already walked a good 800 or so, according to my watch. Let's see. Oh, 1,500 steps. Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this back on because I'm in a step competition. So even if I get an extra 5 steps while making this video, I need them. And I click on metabolism, and then it's gonna give me insight. And then it's also gonna automatically connect to the sensor on my arm because this has a plug-in with the Libre app. So while this synchronizes the background, I can show you the Libre 3 app. Alarms unavailable, sensor ends in 13 days. I don't know if that's quite right. Signal loss. So it's communicating via Bluetooth or it's either Bluetooth or NFC. A really nice thing about the sensor and an iPhone or an Android phone is that you're not going like this all day to get a reading. It just does it as long as your phone is nearby. So my glucose is in range with a score of 85. And then I can go to my daily patterns, which I don't have a lot of. It keeps on saying not enough sensor data. They have a daily graph. So here's my graph for the 29th. And then there's my graph for the 28th. I rarely got above 150, which I've been told is pretty good. And I rarely go below 80. So my glucose levels are averaging between 80 to 100. Sometimes it'll go up to 110, but not so much. And then here's day 1 graph. Okay, it looks like everything is synced. So you do have to keep that app open in the background, and they recommend that if you are monitoring for diabetes, that yes, you keep your phone on all night. But since I'm doing it from an athletic perspective and a low score for me is not, should I say, mission critical or life critical, I don't necessarily need to keep the app open all night. So good news, movement index, I'm already at 1,755 steps. So here's the app. First log in. Right there at the top, you have your glucose in milligrams per DL. But if I scroll down, I have my sleep index, I have my recovery score, I have my movement index. So there's all the steps, activity, active hours, calories, workout frequency. As I continue to scroll down, I have my heart rate, skin temperature. Wow, 138 degrees Fahrenheit. That can't be right. That would mean I'm getting sick. I don't have time to get sick. Who does? I have my ring battery. Great. Now I click on metabolism. Metabolic score 80. Timeline, Spanish Fork walking, 74 minutes. At 10:23, I had a good spike. Glucose spikes due to workouts happen due to gluconeogenesis. These spikes are healthy for you and improve your metabolic score. Awesome. And I can click learn more, and it teaches me more about. That's one nice thing about these apps is they're not just throwing data at you, they're also educating. So then we have giant leap. You achieve your 7,500 step goal. Show more. Awesome. So 8 p.m. yesterday, metal, gold, reduced fat. This is what I found really, really fascinating. So I inputted what I had for dinner, a cup of milk and some chicken tortilla soup. Mwah. Thank you, Sasha. It was delicious. And I scroll down and it shows me what's going on with my food versus my metabolism. 681 calories, protein, fat, carbs, fiber, and then this is really cool, the AI food optimizer. So I click on that and code in the background analyzes everything, how to consume my food, pair meal with serving. All right, replace milk with plant-based alternatives such as almond or coconut milk. Add a source of healthy fat such as avocados or nuts to the soup to slow down the absorption of glucose. Now this is something that's really, really new to me about how my body is handling glucose, and that's one of the things I wanted to learn more about and reduce my processed sugar intake. Again, decades ago, I was living in Italy and people would come up to me and say, "Hey, is it true that Americans eat out of boxes?" And I was just like, what do you mean? Is it true that Americans eat out of boxes? I get home and my mom goes to Costco. No offense, Mom. And yeah, it's true. Americans eat out of boxes. cereal, mac and cheese, you know, what's fish sticks, chicken nuggets, boxes and bags. And a lot of the food that I ate over in Italy was homemade. You go to the market and wow, it's a fabulous lifestyle. It's a lot of work, but man, is it worth it. And then it tells me other information and it's powered by ChatGTP. So very cool about that insight. And now I come back to Wednesday and I have a other info, combined events. This zone, so I have a stable response, combined score 7, and then it tells me about my lunch. And then I can go to breakfast, which apparently did not go well. Oh, I had a glucose crash right around 9:56 a.m. Hypoglycemic event detected. Your glucose 122 rose above the max of 110. All right. Seeing the whole idea of a max glucose and a minimum glucose level, that is new to me. Good nocturnal glucose control, your glucose trend. So if we go to today, does it show anything about the alarm that happened at 1 a.m.? Sleep, 11:55, okay. 7:26, so we're gonna have to go back to the Libre 3. Yeah, I wish I could hover my finger over there and see exactly when it was, but it's showing that I dipped down right around 1 o'clock, but right around 5 or so, it got really low, but it doesn't show me that exact. Okay, time and ranges, 70 to 180, 100%. So that's good. So this is February 23rd through the 29th, low glucose events. So there's no really low glucose events, but yet the app, and it wasn't the Ultrahuman app, it was a notification, well, from Libre. Yeah, I don't see it in here, just news. Interesting. Well, maybe I'll need to sleep in the guest room and use my action camera and do a time lapse or something. I don't know. But so far, I'm really enjoying the feedback because it's something that I've needed to work on. And I have one more app that I'm using. So Ultrahuman app that connects to my ring. Libre automatically pushes all the glucose level and it's connected and you can view it all within that. And then also I've connected this app right here, myfitnesspal.com, and no Paramount Kid. They're not a sponsor. I'm on the trial right now, but it's $80 a year for the premium if you want to do that, but it's real easy to add your food. Any meals that you make by hand, you can save those and then they automatically, you can do quick add. Yesterday, I think I spent about 5, maybe 8 minutes logging my food. Oh, I just got a notification from Ultrahuman. Bright light exposure and exercise is highly beneficial within this window. These activities will move your... Now I click on that and then it doesn't take me to the rest of it. That's one thing I would like to get fixed. The other thing that they're still working on, it's in beta, is the entire workout thing. So if I go to yesterday, you'll notice that I have a lot of workouts in the app, which is good, but yet all those workouts that are being imported are not counting towards my active time, because also inside the Ultrahuman app, you have these goals that you go through, SMART goals, if you will. Walking after your meals is a great way to cut glucose spikes. See, that's new. I did not used to get that feedback. So I woke up early at 6:25. My sleep duration was too low. Glucose spikes, 1 of 0. Phase activity, I just need about 40 more steps and then I'll reach that. And then you get points, you get a goal if you go to bed early. And then active minutes. This is the one that I have a hard time getting. Even when I'm walking 2 hours through Garmin or doing a rowing workout and it gets imported to the app, it's not showing up as active minutes. Active hours work, step work, sleep early, wake up early, sleep duration, workout minutes, all those work great. The only problem I have with the SMART goals is the active minutes. So it helps if you go on the timeline and choose a workout and you can log your workout right through the app and then that helps with getting the active minutes. And it has outdoor walking, outdoor running, outdoor cycling, yoga, indoor, badminton, football, cricket, basketball, hiking, elliptical, functional strength training, Pilates, squash, table tennis, and regular tennis. It's a lot of workouts that are directly through the ring. So it's kind of cool that it does that. And yes, I am still using the Dark Moon charger. So there we go. My first 72 hours monitoring my glucose, trying to be a healthier person, and just getting a glimpse of what some of my family and friends are going through dealing with diabetes. And wow, my perspective about monitoring your health and being so finite with food and diet and exercise, it's exhausting. So all of you that are actually have the true struggle of your body trying to kill itself being a diabetic, I don't know how you do it. My goal now, because I'm not in my 40s anymore, I need to be more attentive to my health, and I need to make smarter choices about my lifestyle. And, you know, garbage in, garbage out. I want healthy in, healthy out. And there we go. Thank you, Ultrahuman, for helping sponsor this video by sending me the Deep Health Insight M1 kit. I'm really liking what I'm learning so far, and I'll have I might do 14 days later. I'll definitely do a follow-up, and for sure I'll do a follow-up when the entire test is over, 28 days, so sometime in March. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll have more about M1 and my metabolic score and glucose tracking and what I've learned from the AI side of my metabolism. My metabolic score is now 88. The trends are also really informational, and every week you get a report. If you want to stick around for the report, actually, I think I already have that in another video, but yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for clicking on by. Where's my mouse? See ya.